Imagine two versions of yourself sitting side by side at age 65. Same job, same salary, same monthly investment, same index fund. The only difference is that one version started investing 12 months before the other. One single year. That version, the one who started 1 year earlier, retires with $183,000 more. Not because they invested more money. They only invested an extra $3,600 over that year. But that $3,600 head start, compounded over a career, turned into a six-figure gap. 1 year of hesitation. $183,000 gone. Not lost in a market crash. Not stolen by a bad investment. Just quietly erased by the decision to wait 12 months. Every finance video you've ever watched tells you to start investing early, but none of them show you the exact dollar amount that waiting costs. Today, I'm going to put a price tag on every year of delay, because once you see the actual numbers, you will never look at, "I'll start next month," the same way again. My name is Graham, and I ran these numbers 2 times because I didn't believe them at first. Today, I'm going to show you exactly what every year of delay costs in real dollars, why your brain is wired to keep postponing, and the one move that makes waiting impossible. If this kind of breakdown is useful to you, the subscribe button helps me keep making them. Here's where it gets painful. Let's use a simple scenario. You invest $300 per month into a broad market index fund, earning a historical average of 10% per year. If you start at age 25 and invest until you are 65 years old, you end up with $1,897,000. You contributed $144,000 of your own money. Compounding did the rest. Now let's see what happens when you wait. If you start at age 26 instead of 25, you retire with $1,714,000. That 1 year delay cost you $183,000. If you start at age 28, you're down to $1,398,000. 3 years of waiting cost you nearly $500,000. If you start at age 30, you're at $1,139,000. A 5-year delay wiped out $758,000. And if you wait until you're 35 years old, you end up with $678,000. That's $1.2 million less than the person who started at 25. Same contribution every month. Same fund. Same market. The only variable was when you started. I call this the procrastination tax. Every year you wait, the price goes up, and you never see a bill. It just silently disappears from the retirement you could have had. But here's what makes this so counterintuitive. When you skip a year of investing, you only keep $3,600. That's $300 a month for 12 months that you didn't invest. But the cost of that delay is $183,000. That means every dollar you kept in your pocket by not investing cost you roughly $50 in future wealth. $50 lost for every $1 not invested. This happens because compounding doesn't grow in a straight line. It grows on a curve, and the earliest dollars you invest sit at the bottom of that curve for the longest time, which means they multiply the most. A dollar invested at age 25 has 40 years to compound. A dollar invested at age 35 only has 30 years. That might sound like a small difference, but at 10% average returns, a dollar compounded for 40 years becomes $45, while a dollar compounded for 30 years becomes $17. Your earliest money doesn't just grow more, it grows almost 3 times more than money invested just a decade later. This is why every financial advisor says to start as early as possible. But knowing you should start and actually starting are 2 very different things. Now let's talk about why you haven't started investing yet. Because this isn't about laziness, it's about psychology. According to a Janus Henderson study, nearly half of Americans have no investments at all. The top reasons? A third say they don't know enough to get started. Others say they don't have the money, or they're afraid of losing what they have. Different excuses, same result. Another month goes by, and the procrastination tax keeps compounding. And behind all excuses is a single belief, that there will be a better time to start. When I know more, when I earn more, when the market calms down, that better time almost never comes. Here's the thing most people don't understand about these excuses. They don't get cheaper over time. Waiting until you feel confident enough to invest doesn't make investing easier. It makes the math harder. The person who starts at 25 with $300 a month retires with $1.9 million. The person who waits until 35, even if they're more confident and more financially literate by then, needs to invest $840 a month to reach the same number, nearly 3 times more. That's the price of waiting for 10 years. Most people don't delay because they're making a calculated decision. They delay because doing nothing feels free. But doing nothing is the most expensive option on the table. You just don't get the bill until it's too late. So, how do you beat the procrastination tax? You take the decision out of your own hands. First, start with an amount so small it feels ridiculous. If $300 a month feels like too much, start with $50 or $25. The amount barely matters at the beginning. What matters is that the clock starts. A 25-year-old investing $50 a month for 40 years ends up with $316,000. A 25-year-old who waits 10 years and then invests $50 a month for 30 years ends up with $113,000. Same monthly contribution. $200,000 difference. Starting small is infinitely better than starting later. Second, automate the transfer the same day you open the account. Don't tell yourself you'll transfer money manually each month. You won't. Life gets busy. The bill comes in. The dinner out happens. And investing slides to next month, then the month after that, then next year. Set up an automatic contribution that pulls from your checking account the day after payday. Make the default action investing. Make doing nothing the thing that requires effort. According to an Empower survey, 40% of Americans started investing in their 20s. The ones who stuck with it almost always automated the process. The ones who tried to do it manually month by month were the first to quit. Third, ignore the market completely. One of the biggest reasons people delay is that they're waiting for the right moment to get in. The market feels too high, or too volatile, or too uncertain. There's always a reason to wait. There's always a headline that makes sitting on the sidelines feel smart. But the data says the opposite. According to J.P. Morgan, an investor who stayed fully invested in the S&P 500 from 2003 to 2023 earned 9.7% annually. An investor who missed just the 30 best days during that same period earned only 3.8%. You cannot predict which days will be the best ones. The only way to guarantee you're invested on those days is to already be invested when they happen. The market will never send you an invitation to start. You just have to show up. Remember the 2 versions of you from the beginning? Same salary, same fund, same monthly investment. One started to invest 12 months earlier. That was the only difference, and it was worth $183,000. If you haven't started investing yet, you're not too late. But you are later than you were yesterday. And every month that passes makes the math a little harder and the catch-up a little steeper. The good news is that the procrastination tax only applies to time you've already lost. It says nothing about what's ahead. Starting today means every future month is working for you instead of against you. And the version of you at 65 will know exactly when things changed. I want to hear from you. What's the one thing that finally got you to stop waiting and start investing? Share it in the comments. Your answer might be the push someone else needs to finally open that account. Open a brokerage account today. Set up a $50 automatic transfer and start to invest in a broad market index fund. You can adjust the amount later. But the clock doesn't start until you do.